My wife told me she never really felt in love with me, but then I found out she's still telling her ex she loves him while acting like a happy family with me. Posted by you Environmental Okra 600. My wife 30F and I 32M have been together for 3 years, married for about 2. We have a nearly 2-year-old daughter and have been through a lot in a short time. Moving in together, full-time jobs, a pregnancy, getting married, and even a miscarriage. It's been intense and emotional. I've always believed in us, and while we've had major struggles, I've kept fighting for our relationship. Recently, during a very honest conversation, she told me something that hit me hard. That after about 6 months of being together, she realized she didn't feel the feeling, that in love spark. And now, 3 years in, she says she still doesn't feel it. She told me she's always struggled with identifying what being in love even means, and now in therapy, she's been going for 4 months, she's starting to untangle those feelings. This is the first time she's ever said this out loud. She said she loves me, cares deeply about me, and sees me as family, but questions whether that love is enough, whether it's true romantic love or just safety, familiarity, and shared life. It broke me, especially because I never knew she felt that way. She even admitted she has felt that spark in previous relationships, but those were chaotic or unsafe. With me, she says, everything felt right on paper, stability, a daughter, a future, but never the feeling. We're both emotionally exhausted. I've made mistakes. I bottle up emotions, lash out when I'm overwhelmed, and I've said things I regret. I've just started therapy myself 1 month in, and I'm fully committed to working on my part. For me, for her, for our daughter. She's been through a lot too. A rough upbringing, no clear example of love or family. This is her first long-term relationship. And I know it's all been a lot, too fast. Pregnancy, marriage, building a life. We've been in a tornado, and maybe we didn't even fully get to know each other before life took over. There have also been some fundamental issues between us. Trust was broken early on things she hid, contact with an ex, lies, secrets. We never really repaired that. Communication has also been really hard. Sometimes I feel like I can't fully express how I feel without it turning into conflict. It's like we're stuck in patterns that keep pulling us apart, and we've never fully built the solid base a relationship really needs. Still, despite all this, I love her. I've always made the choice to stay and build. And while our relationship isn't perfect, far from it, I've always seen something real and worth fighting for. We've had laughter, deep connection, love for our daughter, moments of peace and joy. I've seen us at our best, and I've believed in us. Now we've agreed to take some space, not a breakup, but real distance. She says she needs space to feel what's real for her without my presence influencing it, and I respect that. But I'm also scared. I'm scared that I'll be the only one fighting again, that I'm the only one willing to rebuild. Asking, has anyone been through this? Can love grow when one person says they never felt in love to begin with? Is space like this helpful, or is it just a goodbye? I'm willing to give it time, I'm willing to work. But I'm also scared that she's already gone in her heart. I just don't know what's real anymore. I just needed to get this out. Update. Last night we finally had the big conversation. We kept it calm and honest, no yelling, no blaming, just truth. She told me more about how she's felt for a long time, and I shared everything I've been holding in. We talked about her doubts, my pain, our patterns, the broken trust. I went into the talk thinking maybe this space could be the beginning of something new. A reset. But after hearing her say she's never truly felt in love with me, and that she's been carrying that for years, it hit harder than I expected. I thought I could take space, but today, I feel completely hollow. Like I'm the only one who ever fully believed in us. She said she needs space to understand her own feelings, to explore what love really means to her. And I respect that. But it still hurts like hell. We've agreed to keep some distance now, especially for our daughter's sake. I'm going to stay somewhere else for now. I told her I don't want to give up on us, but I can't be the only one willing to fight. Even with everything she's done, lies, broken trust, things that really hurt, I still love her. I know that might sound foolish, but I do. And I still want to give this a real chance. I just don't know if she does. And I'm scared she's already gone. Update 2. 2 days later. A few days ago I posted about my wife 30F and I 32M. We've been together 3 years, married for 2, and have a young daughter. Our relationship moved fast, pregnancy, miscarriage, marriage, full-time jobs, and emotionally it's been heavy. We've both made mistakes, and we've both carried pain we never really talked about. In our last big conversation, she told me she was in love at first, and that she does love me deeply. But she also said she never truly felt she could be fully open with me emotionally. That over the years, she didn't feel like she could say everything, like something was always missing in our connection even if she wanted it. She's been in therapy for 4 months now, trying to untangle what love means to her. She had a rough upbringing, no real example of love or family, and I know she's been emotionally lost. We agreed to take some space not to break up, but so she could figure things out without my presence clouding her judgment. I respected it. I moved out temporarily, but since that conversation, things got heavier. The new part. She finally admitted she had contact with her ex, long distance on and off for a year or more. I had suspected it, asked about it multiple times. Every time she said it was nothing. Just friendly, just catching up. But it wasn't just that. I saw messages, flirting, multiple nudes sent. Meanwhile, in our relationship, I'd told her more than once that I'd love it if she ever sent me something like that. She never did, but she did for him. She says it's over now, and part of her coming clean was being honest with herself too. But I don't know what to believe anymore. To cope, I booked a hotel. I didn't tell her. I just knew I needed space. I've been calm through this. I haven't yelled, haven't thrown blame, but I feel something inside me cracking. And still, she's been physically affectionate the last couple days. Lying close to me in bed, holding me, seeking connection. It completely confuses me. It almost feels like love, or is it guilt? Habit, attachment. I brought up our planned vacation in 2 weeks, told her I might just go alone. She froze, told me she wanted to go as a family. That line hit me in the gut. It made me feel both hopeful and completely lost at the same time. What's happening now? We're supposed to talk again today. I told her I need clarity. I'm writing this before that conversation, because I don't trust myself to get everything out in the moment. These are the things I need to ask, and honestly, things I've been carrying for a while. Why the sudden affection lately? Is it love, confusion, or just not wanting to let go yet? What did she mean when she said she wants to go on vacation as a family? Is that real, or just something that sounds nice? And the hardest question, is my daughter mine? I'm almost sure she is. But during a past argument, she mentioned her ex once asked if it was his child, and it planted a seed of doubt I can't ignore. I hate that I even have to ask this. Was her contact with her ex consistent this whole time? I found explicit photos 4 months ago and once a year ago. She admitted the talking started way before. I assume it never stopped, but I want to know the full truth. How long did it go on, and how deep was it really? I've been in therapy myself for a month. I'm facing my own stuff the way I shut down, avoid hard emotions, or lash out under pressure. I'm committed to growing, but right now I don't know if there's anything left to fight for. I don't even know if I want to stay, and that's new for me. I love her, but I'm hurt. And yeah, I'll admit this too. After she told me all this, I reached out to a couple past hookups. I haven't acted on it, but the fact that I even wanted to shows me how far I've drifted from myself in all this. So here I am, we're about to talk, and I honestly don't know what I want to hear. Part of me wants her to fight for us. Part of me is done. Can something this broken be rebuilt if the love is real, but the trust and connection never fully were? Can two people come back from this level of damage, or are we just dragging out the end? And how do you know when it's time to stop trying? Update 3. Me 32M and my wife 30F took distance. We're both processing, but this relationship, as it was, is over. My wife 30F and I 32M have been together for 3 years, married for 2, and we have a daughter who's almost 2. Recently, things finally broke open. She told me that although she loves me and was in love early on, she spent most of the relationship not feeling safe or emotionally at peace. She said that around 6 months into the relationship, that sense of rest started to disappear, and for most of the time since, she's felt disconnected. She wasn't the only one. We've both been walking on eggshells. We both have old wounds, and when those get triggered, we pull away, say the wrong things, or shut down. That pattern has chipped away at our connection. We've never really felt calm together for long, but we never said it. Until now. This past week, Monday and yesterday, we've had the most open conversations we've ever had. More honesty than we've shared in years. But it's also shown us how fragile things have become. I found out she had long-term on-and-off contact with her ex. That shook me. Especially when I saw intimate photos on her phone and heard that he once asked if our child might be his. That broke me. She says the photos were from before our relationship, and I don't care what happened before that, and that she didn't send anything while we were together. I found also some pictures in our relationship in her gallery. She also said she blocked him immediately after that. Is it my child comment? I believe her mostly. But somewhere inside, my trust still questions it. Honestly, I booked a hotel and left the house abruptly because I truly believed she had cheated during our relationship. At that moment, everything in me was convinced something happened I didn't fully know. Now, after all the talks and her explanations, I don't know if I'd call it cheating. There were definitely things that hurt, things that crossed emotional lines, but I can't label it 100% as cheating. That confusion is still in me. What really bothers me is this. My ex also contacted me multiple times during our relationship, and I never replied. That was a clear boundary. She didn't draw that same line. And that difference in boundaries makes me question how aligned we really are when it comes to loyalty and emotional safety. That said, I don't want this whole story to be reduced to just the ex. That's one part of it, but the bigger truth is, we both came into this relationship with heavy baggage. I've struggled with depression for a long time. I shut down emotionally. I didn't always create a safe space either. She has her wounds, I have mine. We've both failed each other in different ways. And the cracks started before this latest breaking point and only got worse. We never really talked deeply about our struggles or what came after the fights. We just moved on. I told her I needed space, and I left. She didn't expect me to actually go, but I had to finally listen to myself. We've agreed I'll stay away until at least Wednesday. Our daughter is safe and cared for. No conflict there. We've paused all vacation plans and upcoming weekends. Nothing is forced. No more pretending. Right now, I'm focusing on my mental health, my business, and figuring out what I really want, not just what I'm afraid to lose. I've also stopped all contact with the flings I messaged out of pain. That wasn't who I want to be. If I want to do right by my daughter and by myself, I have to face this clean. If this continues, it has to be something entirely new. The relationship we had is over. The patterns, the assumptions, the silence. If we try again, it'll be a full reset. If not, it's closure. We both understand that now. This is emotionally draining, and honestly, I don't know what I want yet. I just need rest. I need to write everything out so I don't lose myself. Questions I still struggle with, if anyone's been here. Have you ever rebuilt a relationship after emotional trust was broken, and how did you know it was worth it? How do you reset something when the foundation was never strong to begin with? Thanks to everyone who commented on my earlier posts. Even the hard ones helped. Update again after Wednesday. Update 4. 12 days later from the previous update. Here's the quarter update in a story that honestly feels like it's breaking me open from the inside. Summary if you're new, together 3 years, married for 2. We have a young daughter. The relationship moved fast. Pregnancy, miscarriage, grief, marriage, full-time jobs. I spiraled into depression. She disconnected emotionally. Then I found out she had been in on and off contact with her ex for at least 1.5 years behind my back. Flirty messages, nudes, sent before we were together, she says, lies, emotional distance. It hit like a truck. Right now, I still love her, but I'm broken. She hugs me. She's affectionate again. She wants to go on holiday together this weekend like a family. But I saw her phone. She told him she loves him. And this is a man who lives abroad, a man who's married. A man she still clings to emotionally while standing beside me like nothing's wrong. I've realized something harsh but clear. She's been manipulating me for a long time, telling half-truths, changing stories, saying I misunderstood when caught. Gaslighting me, she never gave us, our family, a real chance. Here's what I am doing now. I did a DNA test for our daughter. I needed peace of mind. I'll love her no matter what, but I need certainty. I mailed it this week. Results in about a week. I'm securing housing, finances, and legal protections, quietly. I'm not telling her yet. Not until I've got everything stable. I will not move in with my parents. I'm rebuilding my own foundation, not running away. I've ended contact with anyone I messaged out of hurt. That wasn't me. I want to stay clean in all this. Why I'm doing it this way? Because this time I have to choose me. Because confronting chaos when you're unprepared only makes it worse. Because I want my daughter to grow up watching her father stand strong, not be broken. Other things that came to light recently. She regularly sought validation from other men, texting, flirting, DM. Sex faded in our relationship. She never opened up emotionally, always evasive. We lost 2 cats, had a miscarriage, and never really healed from it. After pregnancy, she emotionally disconnected. I fell into a depression, but I still showed up as a partner, as a father. I kept thinking I was the one who couldn't connect. But now I see clearly, she never gave me the chance. Some people in earlier posts told me I should have walked the moment I saw the messages. I wasn't ready then. I needed to see clearly. Now I still don't, but I have to. Important clarification, I don't believe she physically cheated, not with her ex, he lives abroad. But emotionally, absolutely. She told him she loved him. I found out by accident through her phone, not her words. That betrayal matters. Why I haven't told her yet, because I'm not going to make the same mistake again, reacting emotionally without a plan. I'm protecting myself. I'm building something real behind the scenes so when I walk with strength, not chaos. What's next? We're still going on holiday this weekend. I don't know how I'm going to fake it, but I will. Calm, focused, because this is no longer about fighting for her, it's about fighting for me and for my daughter. When I've got everything in place, housing, clarity, legal prep, I'll tell her, likely through a letter, and I'll walk away, not out of hate, but out of deep, deep pain and self-respect. Final thoughts, she broke me. But I won't let this be the end of me. She may have destroyed what we had, but I get to choose how I build what's next. I still love her, but now I love myself more. And to be honest, if one day she truly changes, not just in words, but in actions, in self-awareness, in honesty, maybe there's a version of the future where we reconnect in some form. But I'm not waiting for that. Right now, this version of us is over. What helped you finally break free from someone who kept pulling you back emotionally, even when you knew they weren't truly there for you? Relevant comments. Commenter 1. How old is your daughter? What if she's not your daughter? Op response, almost 2, I believe she is. But because all of these nonsense, I don't know it for sure. Waiting for results, probably in a few days. Commenter 2. I would definitely consult a divorce lawyer if you have the finances for it, but I would wait for the results of the DNA test since that is only a week. Op response: I'll wait for the test anyway. I'm already looking for a place to stay. Step by step, but now it's looking at me, even though it hurts terribly. Update 5. 1 month later. Since then, so much has happened that I barely recognize my own life anymore. The DNA test came back. My daughter is mine. I never doubted my love for her, but having that certainty gave me some peace. I won't tell her I did the test. My wife went on vacation alone with our daughter because she needed the space to think. I stayed behind. When she came back, she slipped back into her everything is fine mode, as if nothing had happened. About a week later, I confronted her with what I knew. She finally admitted and told she cheated also physically. The last time was about 4 months ago. During that period, we were literally house hunting together, and she also went through a miscarriage. So I am thinking she did it all on purpose and used me. Her response: that's a closed chapter for me. I don't owe you accountability for something months ago. I don't need to tell you any details. Those were her words. No ownership, no responsibility. She still insists all her actions, the lies, the cheating, the manipulation, happened because of how I treated her. Somehow I'm always the problem. The practical side of things right now. She suggested moving to her parents' house for a few months while I stay here with our daughter. I agreed for now because finding housing has been difficult. On paper, we're still married, so technically the house is still ours. I currently care for our daughter for 5 days a week at our house, mutual agreement. That was our agreement. Truthfully, I've always carried more of the responsibility for her anyway, only now it's just out in the open. But it eats at me. What kind of mother so easily hands over most of the care of her 2-year-old? Is that normal? Or is that just another sign of how disconnected she really is? Emotionally, I feel like I'm getting hit with a new punch every day. Some detail, some lie, some twist of the story I hadn't seen before. On top of that, I've realized she paints me as the bad guy to everyone around her. She never tells them what she's done, only how I've treated her. So in their eyes, I'm the problem. That hurts. And here's the biggest shift in me. For a long time, I told myself that if we split, I'd just pack my clothes and walk out, leave her everything. That was me trying to take the high road. But not anymore. Not after everything. Now I'm ready to fight for what's mine, for what I've built, for what I have every right to. Because honestly, looking back, she's been cheating the entire relationship. If not physically, then emotionally. Always attention-seeking. Always validation from men. Always secrets. So here I am now. I'm considering filing for divorce in 2 months. So the court also can see I am providing structural for our daughter. I'm thinking about fighting to keep this house, not just walking away. I'm realizing I've been carrying the weight of fatherhood far more than her, and maybe it's time that gets recognized legally too. I guess my question to you all is this. When the person you love has made you the bad guy in everyone else's eyes, when they've cheated and lied and twisted everything, do you still try to take the high road and walk away clean? Or do you fight until the end for what's yours? I'm exhausted, but maybe this is the time I finally stop letting her set the story. The only thing I care about right now is my daughter.